Good afternoon. We're back with another episode of the Lord of the Rings LCG Progression Series. Today's lore and quest guide for Return to Mirkwood. Having captured Gollum, you must now escort him through Mirkwood Forest for interrogation at Thranduil's palace. So, if you recall, in the Dead Marshes, Gollum was captured in the Dead Marshes to the northwest of Mordor. In the book, this was accomplished by Aragorn, who then brought Gollum up to the Wood Elves for imprisonment. The quest does not specify what path we take from the Dead Marshes, but we gotta make our way perhaps around or perhaps through to Thranduil's Hall. The books specify that the south of Mirkwood was quite dangerous, at least in The Hobbit. The south of Mirkwood was quite dangerous and not protected by the elves. In fact, they didn't go there because it was evil, due to Dol Guldur being an evil place. But whatever path we take, we're heading with Gollum up to the Thranduil's halls to hand him over to the Wood Elves. Mirkwood is always a dangerous place, but it is even worse with Gollum. Between the outbursts, tantrums, and the flying provisions, you are not afforded a moment's peace. As soon as he thinks that no one is watching, Gollum attempts to slip his bonds and escape. Having thwarted Gollum's escape attempt, you tighten his rope and push on through Mirkwood to Thranduil's palace. As you make the final push to Thranduil's palace, your enemies make a desperate attempt to ambush your party and seize Gollum for themselves. So, for this quest, we've got Gollum. He is an objective worth no willpower, attack, or shields. He has 5 health. Damage from undefended attacks against you must be dealt to Gollum. If Gollum is destroyed, or if the player guarding Gollum is eliminated, the players have lost the game. At the end of each round, raise the threat of the player guarding Gollum by 3. Then that player may choose a new player to guard Gollum. So this presents a challenge for solo players, as there is no one to pass Gollum off to. The solo player is going to take 3 threat per round from Gollum, plus the 1 normal is 4 threat per round. This makes this quest a race. There's no way around it. You've got to complete it as fast as possible before the threat from guarding Gollum overwhelms you. The design of the quest is intended for you to be able to pass Gollum around so that each player takes threat evenly. It's intended that the challenge is intended to come from managing the group's threat so that no player threats out. In solo, it just means you have to run. Go as fast as you can. You start the game revealing 1 card per player, which is added to the staging area. For the first phase, you need 12 progress. For the second phase, the text doesn't apply. The first text, the player guarding Gollum cannot commit characters to this quest unless he's the only player remaining in the game. That doesn't apply to a solo player because you are the only player remaining in the game. If the player's quest unsuccessfully, Gollum escapes and the players have lost the game. This doesn't present too much of a challenge. If you're questing unsuccessfully, you're going to lose anyway. So it's like redundant. It might as well say, if you're losing, you lose. Because you have to get through this quest so fast that you really can't afford a turn of questing unsuccessfully. For phase 3, there is no setup. You just need 7 progress, and the player guarding Gollum cannot play cards from his hand. And for phase 4, at the beginning of the combat phase, all enemies in play will engage you, and you cannot defeat the stage if there are any enemies in play. So phase 4 requires you to turn and face any enemies that you've been running away from. There's not much to this quest except come at it with high willpower. That's about all you can say. You're going to come at it with high willpower, play some threat reduction, but really it's just, can you get through the progress needed to complete the quest before the quest kills you, before the threat kills you, a 4th per turn. 4 per turn is no joke. So you can very easily lose due to a few cards in this quest. If you get an early hill troll, you're in trouble. You're not going to be able to avoid engaging it because of the 4 threat per turn. And if you get bogged down attacking enemies or defending against enemies, it gets really tough to win really fast. The other card which can be devastating early is Addercop, which is a 8th attack enemy with 2 threat. And at the beginning of the encounter phase, Addercop automatically engages the player guarding Gollum regardless of his threat. So there's no way around this for the solo player. If it comes out early, you lose. For example, turn 1, what do you do about this? He engages, he kills any of the champions you might have. You're done. Even if you manage to get a chump blocker out turn 1, he's gonna wreck you. If you get him early in the game, there's no way around it. And I'd say it's something similar with the Hill Troll, although that can be managed. And there's also Ungoliant Spawn in the deck. If that comes out turn 1, it can wreck you. As if it comes out of a shadow card at any time, it's a threat because of the 4 threat and the fact that you already have 4 threat per round. The other cards are not such a big deal, but Addercop, it's not unique. At least I don't think it is. In theory, you could get multiple copies, right? Well, in any case, even 1 is going to ruin you early game, so you just need some luck in this one, not to get one of these cards and to be able to get through the quest quickly, or else you just lose. Thankfully, it's a relatively short quest, so if you lose, you haven't invested too much time in it. But it is definitely not designed for solo play, and the difficulty is quite a bit higher in solo play than in multiplayer. So, the only real key to this is high willpower, and if you get Addercop or Hill Troll or Ungoliant Spawn like turn 1 or turn 2, you probably just reshuffle. Other than that, there's no new mechanics or any special strategy to it. Run as fast as you can. Try not to threat out. Hope for the best. That's about it. And that is the last quest of the Shadows of Mirkwood cycle. So, thanks for watching.